Hello. So, a couple heavy videos. So let's get to the good stuff. I like to set boundaries immediately. That way, it would just stay respectful and that's it. So, with my handle being kind of a verb, let's learn how to shine without armor. I'm gonna go ahead and just like talk about all of my spirituality and things like that, which is kind of a perfect nexus between paganism and goddess and Christ, specifically Christ, and only the important stuff that he said. Now, how do I figure out what that means? Real simple. I read. I pay attention. Well, read. I know it by heart now. It's not hard. If you love me, keep my commandments. Right? Super easy. It's another way of just saying, hey, I'm going to respect your boundaries. Yeah, so it's important to you, therefore it's important to me. It's the same thing. So, what is important to him? How you treat people in their time of need. So, I don't know. It's been such a good day. It's always a good day. I know what it might look like, but realize on social media, it's always and only bits, and say it with me, bits and pieces. It's not the whole story. That's why we have curiosity, K. That's why we ask questions to confirm understanding, K. So let's talk about this solution for world peace and prosperity, huh? Why won't it work? What do you know about it? Anything? Anybody remember anything that I shared over the last 4 months that was public domain on my Google Drive that I pulled because pearls before swine? Okay, it's fine. No, you don't know shit. So anyways, this is why we have boundaries. This is why we seek understanding and clarity before like jumping to conclusions. Okay, you do that with me, you're gonna piss me off and you're gonna get on my bad side. Why not just stay on my good side? It's super easy. I'm in best friend mode unless you kick me out of it. That's the truth, okay? So, decaf. And yeah, my soul is black. I pride myself in that. Black means persistence everlasting, where I come from. Black holes hold galaxies together. Yeah, dude. There's a lot of good stuff. It's, it absorbs light completely. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's so much. Black is an excellent color. What were you thinking? Okay, so diving into kind of spirituality and things. I'm just gonna all of this is extemporaneous. I don't really care. I just hit record and go. But yeah, I'm not going to share the solutions. I seriously, lawyers, you have to do your due diligence. I solved that for free. You get to you get to earn something instead of just being a jukebox and things like that. Earn it, and it's the easiest, yes. Okay. In any case, that housekeeping out of the way. It's been an excellent day. I want to start with a thought that's been running through my mind, and that is, we have a Hippocratic oath for physical health. Why is there none for mental? It's way more important. You can have, shitty physical health, but be thriving mentally. That's where I am a lot of the time. My anxiety is physical. That's why cannabis is so helpful. It helps me integrate and, dissolve easier. I'm good enough in mental health and spiritual health and everything to get along fine just with the tension that I have, but I prefer not. I am love and I choose life. Imagine 8 billion people with that kind of attitude and heart set. I am love and I choose life. Yeah, another solution for suicide. You're welcome. But, it's crazy because you can also have really good physical health and shit mental health and want to exit. That's kind of the point, isn't it? Yeah. So why is there no Hippocratic oath for mental health? I wonder. I mean, that's kind of what you make a promise to Christ to do. That's what, that what you do unto these, the least my brethren, you do unto me means. And it is literal. Okay, so how do you treat somebody when they're like open with you, when they are vulnerable? 2 videos ago, Atlas. Yeah. So, but no, this is the real me. I wake up and I love hard. I am love and I choose life. So I'm going to teach y'all how to do that. Because I live true and then I speak true. And that's the order of operations. And that's how it has to be. There is no power over or against truth, and truth cannot be denied. So everybody who's trying to, it's doomed. You're just wasting your time. So whatever. I mean, it's kind of brings me to the full circle moment with the Hippocratic Oath thing, though, too, because I figured out the only reason anyone would want to, not want to be here anymore is the misuse of will and not their own. We're designed to love. So how we treat other people is the condition we put them in. Okay? And that matters. So right off the bat, I believe in forgiveness, but I also, more importantly, believe that rules apply to me. And so that's the ground rule here. First and foremost, rules apply to you. All of them. Pretending and believing that they don't is only hurting yourself and everybody else. My recommendation is we match our laws, like our legal systems, with what is actually life-affirming. Life laws. Happens to be called God's laws. Okay, it's what Christ taught as well. Be needs first, cater to them, and, maybe don't have it so our own creation is inextricably woven with actual basic human needs. That is a real crime against life if you think about it. It's like, yeah, I could feed you, but like I have to get paid, so fuck you. Really? Yeah, I could have a conversation with you just to, get you back to buoyancy and feeling good in life and stuff, but I need to get paid, fuck you. I don't have a license, fuck you. That's what Tim Marsden actually said to me. This was a stake presidency person in the South, or Pleasant View South stake, yeah. Just to like, and all of this, the lawyers will pull all of these communications from Gmail, and it's all there. Okay, and literally I just reached out to say, hey, could you just like help us come to just a nudge to this person to like, could you actually have a conversation? Are you willing to just talk respectfully with a person who has something great? So, nah, he doesn't have a license. So that'll, like, even as a cartoon, that is so deeply insulting to a human being. So life-denying. Wow, dude. You made a promise to Jesus Christ and you're gonna pull that shit? Good luck with that. So anyways, while the lawyers take care of all that stuff, we're gonna thrive. We're gonna take care of ourselves and be happy. We're gonna learn how to, I am love and I choose life. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, back to the Hippocratic Oath thing, the mental health Hippocratic Oath. The only reason to not like life is because of the misuse of will. On our own part, how are we using it? Let's control our controllables, right? So I wake up and I choose to fall in love with something that I'm already in love with, something I used to be in love with to rekindle it, or something brand new. It doesn't matter. Um, like it's everything is beautiful here. So, and we have the internet. You know, I watched a comedian that I've never met in person last night, Jim Gaffigan. You know, that was a performance from like a few years back, right? It didn't happen right now. I called it into existence. Ooh, Hogwarts ain't got shit on us. Like, you know what I mean? We can literally find whatever we want to fall in love with. I've been watching travel videos lately because it's been super cool. You know, being able to see different parts of the world and what they feel like, what the air tastes like, knowing what different levels of humidity feels like. You know, what does it taste like on my skin? Um, I want to get integrated with all kinds of beautiful places. And, well, what do you know? We're supposed to be here and it's all beautiful. So that's, um, but, yeah, so I'm not all doom and gloom. I actually really don't like that. I just love truth more than I love people. That was actually a really hard click. So, I haven't shared my story. So I wasn't even open to the possibility. I had no idea that it could even exist. This kind of switch in my heart. I had heard about it. It was called conversion. I just knew that it was not to a religion. It was to life and love itself. And I didn't think it was available to me. I didn't think it was possible, like I said, so I wasn't like striving for it. I wasn't trying for it. Wasn't doing anything. I was just minding my own damn business, lying on my belly on my bed, facing the east wall or whatever. And I had a YouTube going and I don't remember what it was and then out of nowhere, just straight BFE, click, my love is allowed here. There we go. So that mental health Hippocratic oath. If you are engaging in any behavior, neglect, not my problem, not in my backyard, anything that makes another human being question if his or her love is allowed on planet Earth, you're in deep fucking shit. Okay. And it was the most extraordinary thing I've ever felt. Um, the light just came on. You know, it was a full glow. It was just unbelievable. And I don't remember what happened immediately after that. I don't know if I like cried or anything like that, but I mean, if it was recorded, it would be cool to see. I mean, my phone was right there, so technically it went somewhere. It's not far-fetched. But, you know, I had the realization, it might have been yesterday even, that, by the way, my deity of worship or whatever is goddess. It is pure feminine. Okay, it just is. Again, I don't know why. Maybe I'll have the words by the end. Maybe I won't. I don't care at all. It feels so good. Anywho, yesterday I kind of had the realization that that wasn't my words. When they say the Lord works in mysterious ways, they ain't shitting. Um, what is it, 14 minutes? I'm not going to get started right now. But the nexus between paganism and Christ, yeah, no, I am it. Uh, I love earth-based religions. They are, I mean, as created, so create. What created everything? Exactly. It's everywhere in different flavors and scents and shapes and sizes and energies and everything. Feel it all. It is so beautiful. And I'm connected intimately with that. So after being neglected for like millennia at, with the patriarchy and shit, divine feminine coming back in hot saying, oh, somebody's actually receptive to me. Great. I might have a chance this time. So that was kind of the realization, yeah. It's a mutual thing. I was picked, selected, chosen. So no wonder the Mormons hate me. Like, no gods before me, and don't take the Lord's name in vain. Your religion embodies both of those sins, like literally embodies in the name. So, yeah, I don't like your God. You are your God, and that ain't right. So, nah, I was not converted to y'all. I can understand now why you hate me so much. It is not mutual. I sought partnership for 4 straight months, BT dubs, and the lawyers will find that out too. So, yeah. Anyway, fun time to be alive. Hope you're on the right side of history. So, if you're here and watching this, then you are, and thank you very much. So that is the epicenter of this whole thing. So once that happened, the day after Christmas, like I said, December 26th, right? That's still the thing, December 25th, Saturnalia. Again, bastardizing pagan tradition. It's, dude, let's just get along. It's okay. But yeah, that was the best Christmas gift ever, obviously. Even better than when I got my 7-string guitar, and I think it was the same year I got Dream Theater's Train of Thought and Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. That was the best Christmas. As far as stuff and feeling goes, wow, dude. That was the best. I don't know what it was about it. It wasn't that special, gift-wise. A couple of CDs, a 7-string. I think I got strings, too. That might have been the first time I got DR Lowriders. So, I mean, it's just that is the Christmas before this one that was yeah, dude. But, so, yeah. After that, it just became a series. And it still is. It's a constantly blooming and an unfolding thing. When I tell certain truths and things, I feel a bloom inside my chest that I'd never felt before. It blows me away every single time. I also had the introduction of I don't know how to describe it other than fire energy tears. They are not wet, but it is super deep and super powerful, but also super short. So, I don't know, usually. Sometimes they turn into emotional tears, we traditionally view as crying with joy or gratitude or whatever. That happens a ton. But, throughout the day sometimes. I love it. But, so that's new. But I started getting new insights just clicking in and things sporadically ever since. And one of the most difficult ones actually clicked me onto more of a Christ mindset, a Christ level compassion and empathy. And it was, I'll explain, but it was this jarring. Stop caring about people. My bad, sorry. But no, it's true. Because, again, the only reason anybody will, and this has come full circle now today in the bathroom where all good thoughts happen, right? So, the only reason anybody would dislike life at all is the misuse of will, right? Big Pharma, you are snake oil. You are that bastard with the uneven beard on the fucking Wild West, snaggletooth and... I got something for you, kid. I'm no, you don't, and it's way overpriced anyways. I'll stick with the weed. Which I had a little today for the first time in a long time, but it's been barely. I had some when it got delivered around 6, and I don't know what time it is now. It's kind of worn off. Yeah, it's 8. It's barely there. In case you cared. But, So no, that one was super hard to swallow because I'm a nice guy. I like people. I want to get along with them. I want to like, cater to your expectations and stuff if I can. Not anymore. That's turned off. And good riddance. I understand now. Because, and I understood back then too. This was in January. This was a very extraordinary time to be alive. I have a testimony of immediate obedience. I feel the prompt, I do it. Okay? That's why the video happened at 2 in the morning. I was going to wait out of decency because I know I get loud. The good news is, everybody here is a very sound sleeper. He could sleep through an actual tornado. So we're good. Didn't miss a beat. So we're okay. Feel the prompt, do it immediately. There's no delay. Anyways, so stop caring about people because you need to care about your promise to love and life more. No gods before me is really the lesson there. And it's not like I don't care about people. I do. I'm so excited to love as hard and loud as I do. When I went on a walk this evening, I saw a kid on a little slope driveway on a longboard, and he just like let loose and kind of bumped into the wall and whatever, like with his feet. That's a smash. Sorry, no. It was gentle. It was fine. But I always tune into my surroundings, and I always make sure that if something goes down, I am keeping my spiritual Hippocratic oath. Always have. I've always been tuned into anything that I can jump in and help. And so just doing that, my natural thing. And it's not a forethought thing. It's just a natural background thing. I just like, okay, just, okay, just making sure, and then I move on. But, I imagined worst case scenario and what I would do. It's a child. I'd go and, introduce and ask if he'd let me help him. In which case, knowing what I know I am capable of doing, I'd take his pain away. Because I know I can. In a way unique to me that no one else can do. Get his name, give him mine, move on with my day. Move along with my day. I'm excited to love as much and as hard as I'm allowed to. Now, that being said, stop caring about stuff that people care about. The human condition stuff, the addiction to the snake oils, whether that's literal snake oil from Big Pharma, and I'm coming after you next, don't worry. Just one at a time, okay? It's fine. So, I need to kick off my... Yeah, there we go. Feet solid on the ground. I don't like slippers that are like floaties. I don't like walking on clouds. I need solid ground. I need roots. But anyways, so whether that's Big Pharma stuff, whether that's in a different substance, whether that's some kind of comfort routine, like going from one chair to another to veg out in front of a TV watching 1960s crap again, or it's just anything, or religion that takes the Lord's name literally in vain and puts themselves in front of God. God's bigger than church. God's bigger than U.S. law. God's bigger than our own creation called money. And so just, reminding those who need a reminder. So sip. Again, I believe in forgiveness, but rules apply to everybody. You gotta be willing to be honest. So, I forgot what I was gonna say, and that's rare. Usually I can like find my way back, but no, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. So, and I'll explain why it's a big deal. So let's take missionary work, for example. Do you really think with the internet and anything that people have not heard of the Mormon Church or Jesus Christ? Do they really need to like get the message out there? You're going to call it a mission, and this goes for U.S. military too. We're not at war, right? So what could we do on the home front? Well, we've declared war on drugs before. Here we go. So if we're going to call it a mission, get a better objective. Get an actual target and then eliminate it. I don't know, like how about suicide? We need to not have a suicide rate. Good thing somebody figured it out. Maybe we should listen to him. And then, you know, something else. If you hate abortion that much, again, like I mentioned, like go to an abortion clinic and do something Christ would have actually done. Like if you're going to put his name on your name tag, actually be him. Role play as him. He didn't go 2x2 and proselyte. What did he tell the woman at the well? In spirit and truth. He doesn't give a fuck what building you go to. Never did. Neither did Joseph Smith, frankly. Like, you are bastardizing everything good. So, like, anyways, yeah. Because y'all don't think, and because y'all put yourselves before God and his will and, like, eliminating suffering, and treating the vulnerable like you actually give a shit, those tragedies still persist. It's called the sin of omission. It's called a lot of things. And the best time to plant a tree was like 20 years ago, so we could reach maturity and your fruit and all that good stuff, right? You know, okay, fine. But second best time is right this second. So, right? Cool. So, oh, right. Stop caring about people. Right. So, very similar. You know, what do we actually care about? Do we care about the quality of life? That might be the answer right there. To put it in a phrase. Okay, well, if we don't care about people, what do we care about? What are we supposed to? The quality of life. The feelings that we create in another human heart. Has anybody told you that they love you, but whenever you're around them and whenever they say words at you, it actually kills you inside? Yeah, that's not love. Love is the feeling you put in another person's heart. It has nothing to do with whatever is going on in yours because of them. That's called infatuation. So, yeah. No. So, that's why I always like seek respect and the highest quality of life that I can produce. Music is an excellent way to do that. We can control everything. And I had this thought earlier today too. I'll wrap this up at 30 minutes. I think 30-minute videos is kind of like the limit. So I'll finish with this thought of if it can be done perfect, it needs to be done perfect. I think that's a fair expectation. When I recorded my music, I knew I was in demo mode, so it was just like, okay, I know that this is not going to be top-notch quality, so I am going to give myself some leeway. I am not going to slave over, okay, let's make sure everything's on beat. Let's make sure every note is pitch perfect. That's way too much. For the actual recordings that are done well with other people that can like get it done right, yeah. Guess what else we can control? Think about that. Maybe chew on that, and then we can do another one. Yeah, let's learn how to shine without armor. What does that actually mean? Well, I live it, and so I'll tell it. Cool, huh? Well, thanks so much for being here. I don't want to do housekeeping. I really don't. I just want to focus on the shine without armor stuff. So I think I've said what I need to say about the Mormon Church and it's my iconoclasm for it. Necessary iconoclasm, because y'all are way off. And the legal stuff too. And so It's just good from now on. Thanks for being along for the ride. Let's do this.